Hello everyone. In the previous video, we read the poem Dust of Snow by Robert Frost. In this video, we will read another beautiful poem by Robert Frost, which is Fire and Ice, in which the poet has expressed his feeling of how he thinks the earth will end. So without delay, let's first understand the poem. Some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. From what I've tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. The poet says that some people say the world will end because of fire. There will be extreme fire and the world will be engulfed in that fire, and that is how the world will end. And some say that it will end because of ice. There will be extreme snowfall or ice age on earth and it will be destroyed because of ice. From what I have tasted of desire, but what I have experienced of the extreme and uncontrollable desire or greed of people, I hold with those who favor fire. I hold with those means I agree or support those who think that the world will end because of fire. What is the relation between desire and fire? There is extreme desire in people which keeps burning. That means the more you get, the more you want, and your desire never ends. It is like a burning fire. So because of extreme desire of people, extreme lust and greed of people, the world will end. But if it had to perish twice, perish means to die. But if the earth has to perish or die twice, I think I know enough of hate to say that for destruction, ice is also great and would suffice. Suffice means would be enough or sufficient. Now the poet says that, but if the earth has to die twice, then I think there is enough of hatred among people. There is so much of hatred in the hearts of people that ice is also enough for destruction and it is sufficient. That means ice can also destroy the earth. What is the relation between ice and hate? Ice makes people cold. Because of the coldness, hatred of people, there is so much of hatred in the hearts of people that they have become cold. That means they are not bothered what is happening to other. These days we see a lot of news in which people are being killed on the road and others are just merely watching. They are not doing anything. People are so cold towards their neighbor that whatever happens in their neighborhood, they are not bothered. So there is coldness in the heart of people. So the poet says that the earth can end because of fire and because of ice. Fire is related to extreme and burning desire, lust of people, and ice is related to hateness and coldness, hatred and coldness in the hearts of people. Now let's see the summary of the poem. In this poem, there are two ways. First is the actual word meaning. What is the literal meaning of fire and ice? What does fire represents? Destruction, extreme fire and destruction, and ice, coldness. That means there will be ice age on the earth and the earth will be destroyed. And in the second way, the poet has associated fire with desire. There is so much of desire in the heart of people. There is so much of greed. They want so much that they don't care. They just are busy in greed, taking from people, snatching from the poor, filling their pocket. So there is, because of extreme desire and due to human desire, we can see what is happening on earth. The temperature is rising. We have cut down all the trees. Our desire never ends. We are making houses, we are making malls and buildings. Trees are being cut, because of which we are facing extreme heat. So that is also a result of desire of people. And second thing is ice. That means coldness in the heart of people. People are not bothered with what is happening in their neighborhood, what is happening to other. They are just busy with their life. They just want everything for themselves and they have become cold towards other. Even if somebody is dying on the road, people are not helping them. So these are the two. One is literal meaning, other one is figurative meaning of the poem. You can go through the summary, pause the video and read the entire summary. Now we will see the poetic devices. Before that, the form of the poem is lyrical. If you want to know what is lyrical form, I have explained in the poem Dust of Snow. You can go back to the video and see. The theme of the poem is, it is giving a message of, the entire poem is talking about the end of earth and self-destructive human nature. Now let's start with rhyming scheme. For that, we need to see the last word of each line, and you can see with the color of the lines, which are color of the words which are matching, which have same color. So the rhyming scheme is AB, AA, BC, BC, B. Now, let's see the figure of speech. First, we have alliteration in these lines. World will favor fire. Now, in this line, I hold with those who favor fire. There is assonance because there is repetition of O sound. Now, in this line, some say there is anaphora. What is anaphora? When two or more lines start with the same word. So some say, there is, these are two consecutive lines, they are starting with the same word, some say, so there is anaphora. Now there is also personification. Personification is giving human quality to inanimated object, that means non-living object. Fire and ice has been given human quality of destruction, so there is personification. There is also imagery. Imagery is the figure of speech which is used to make readers perceive or things involving their five senses. They can imagine the things. So we can imagine the end of earth by fire and by ice. Now let's see some question answers. There are many ideas about how the world will end. Do you think the world will end someday? Have you ever thought what would happen if the sun got so hot that it burst or grew colder and colder? World might end someday. It has happened before with the extension of some of the species of animals, for example dinosaur. End of world mean end of life on earth, and it can happen due to fire or ice. Life exists on earth due to its perfect environment and perfect temperature and the distance from the sun. If the sun got too hot or burst, it would engulf the entire earth, and that would be the end of it. Or if it grew colder and colder, in that case also life on earth will not survive due to extreme cold. For Frost, what do fire and ice stand for? So fire stands for uncontrollable desire, greed and lust, and ice stands for hatred and indifference, coldness. What message does the poet want to convey through the poem? The message that the poet want to convey is destructive human nature. The earth will come to an end due to human activities. The destruction of world will mean destruction of life on earth. And uncontrolled human desire, greed, hatred and indifference towards fellow human can be the reason behind destruction of earth. It's a warning to human against the self-destructive power of human nature. So this was about the poem. We'll end here. If you have any doubt, you can write in the comment section.